Going wink on the line and air bridge collapsing.
There's a sponsor. Kevin.
Behind the battles at the top of the Dunoon Presents Argyll Rally, there was action throughout the field. So let's take a look at the crews that we haven't caught up with yet. Lachlan McIver and Cameron Morrison were back after missing the Jim Clark in their 1.2 litre Fiesta. Unfortunately, an argument with a wall in stage 5 broke the back axle and put them out.
Looking forward to it. It's my first tarmac rally, so it's going to be interesting.
It's going to be wet and it's going to be dark.
Yeah, it's going to be dark. We've just had the engine rebuilt, so hopefully everything's going to go fine.
Owen McLeod and Ryan Urquhart had rebuilt and upgraded their 205's engine after the Speyside. They made the brave decision to tackle the wet of Friday night on cut slicks and survived a big moment on the third stage. But once things started to dry out on the Saturday, they ran well to 63rd overall.
I found it hard last year, to be honest with you. And with it being a longer event this year, I really looking at a challenge, and just about beat me last year. It's not going to beat me this year. I'm going for it.
Oh, you're going for it. There's a challenge.
Put more lights on and all the rest of it, so I just couldn't get on with it.
After a difficult start to the year, Alistair Brearley and Jerry Bryden were keen to kick-start their championship season. The Mark II pilot better prepared for Argyll this year than last, and they were enjoying themselves. 66th overall and second in class behind Ian Forgan's car was a good result. This event marked 1 year of Impreza ownership for Liam Richardson and Darren Kennedy. The car now a much better machine than when they started, and they were getting to grips with it on the tar. They had also swapped to a new notes system for this event, and Liam was finding it easier to understand. Second in class and 61st overall was their reward. Ryan Ingram and Callum McDougall spent the Friday night struggling to see out of the Civic as its windows misted up. The Saturday was solid. Second Moats Offshore Junior and 50th overall was an excellent result. The Civic sounding fantastic as always out on the stages.
Into 6 left, into 5 right over crest, don't cut, and 6 right, and long 5 right over crest, don't cut, 60, 6 right over crest, 60, 6 left, into right on crest, into crest, 5 right, 4 left, into 6 right over crest, 100, long 3 right, tightens to 2, 40,
Three out of the 4 M2 crews who started failed to see the finish, but surviving the carnage, it was an excellent weekend for Ashley Morris and Steve Harris. 43rd overall, 5th SRC two-wheel drive driver and a ladies' win made it a successful event for the Fiesta R200 pilot.
C70, open left 2 in, right 1, 60, going up again, right 1 over crest, flat, C120, care crest, left 2 very fast. Crest left 2, very fast. 80. Right one in over crest. Jump. 100. It's only a 1. Flat left 1. 150.
Yeah, really pleased. It's a tough event, but really pleased with how it went. Last night in particular was really tricky, especially enjoyed today, and Steve pushed me on a lot, so really happy with the result overall as well.
Good. Steve, how did she behave?
Very good actually, yes, she did listen and started off a bit steady and obviously tried to improve as the day went on. We felt we'd found the limit at one point, didn't we? So I just thought that's enough, we can work on that sort of thing. But the last time I did the Argyll Rally, it was a forest rally, so a long time ago.
Charles Mackenzie was navigating for Andrew McKinnon in his Honda Civic. This was the start line of SS3. That was a broken drive shaft basically before the event began. Things didn't get much easier. Charles absolutely dying with a horrible cold, meaning he had barely any voice. They managed 79th at the finish.
Belgium with Gary Pearson, Liam Richardson. Is that Andrew McKinnon?
I'm really nervous. My heart's actually racing. I was saying earlier, I don't know whether it's nerves or the amount of Percy pigs I've eaten. But my heart's been like that.
Megan and John O'Kane had had a small drama before the event with their suspension, so were running on replacements supplied by Johnny Mackay. Friday night was hard work when they lost most of their lights in stage 3, but they survived. On Saturday they enjoyed a good battle with Ashley Morris for top lady honours and were in the right place to capitalise when Archie Swinsko retired, giving Megan the Moats Offshore Junior win and 46th overall.
Yeah, good. It was a bit of an unfair win, but yeah, happy to get to the end, especially after last year.
Yeah, you were so nervous to start off with.
Yeah, I was terrified. I've been shaking all day.
Yeah, did the nerves ever go away?
Just now, yeah. But that's it.
Good, well I'm glad to hear it, and as I said, well done. John, how was it from your side of the car?
It was good, it was. I had to tell her to slow down a couple of times, but no, she did really well. Absolutely cracking day. She did absolutely fantastic, the wee Fiesta. Yeah,
good.
Keep it up with a few bigger cars, So.
Sandy and Ian Arbuthnot were happy to have survived the tricky Friday night. The Saturday morning was better and they were building their pace, but unfortunately the car would let them down towards the end of the second run of Glendurul.
63 cars in.
Alistair MacArthur and Chris Robertson were running strongly on their home event in the Sunbeam until this happened on stage 8.
Left 1, right 2 over crest, tightens to 5. 2 over crest, tightens to 5. And opens, and tightens again to a 3. And left 5 over crest, 70. Oh no, damn it. Oh well.
Fraser Smith and Nicky Addison had survived the Friday night despite some concerns about the car overheating on the road sections. Running better in the daylight, they were unfortunately caught out in a tricky braking zone and would end up down a banking. Thankfully they weren't seriously hurt, but the car might not see competition again. Brian Watson had made the brave decision to bring his newly finished Quattro to Argyll. Water pump failure stopped play on the Friday, but they did get back out on the Saturday. Sadly, they would go off in the same place as Smith and Addison, but thankfully not too much damage was done.
It overheated on the way to stage 1 yesterday, and we were disappointed that we weren't going to see it, so good that it's out this morning. Listen to that.
Oren McDonnell and Claire Fraser had missed the recce due to other commitments, so were being careful on the Friday. Saturday involved this big spin, but they were eventually forced to retire with a broken shaft in the gearbox. Having not enjoyed the night stages, Aileen and John Forrest were delighted to see the daylight. Aileen driving really well on the Saturday, swapping times with O'Kane and Morris at the top of the ladies. A puncture delayed the final loop slightly, but the Purple Evo took 59th overall and 3rd in the ladies' contest.
We got through the stages last night, but the road section missing and coughing and splitting. Got home and out this morning, seemed okay, just coming back in, acting up again. So the spark plugs were cracked, so hopefully, but that's 2 nights I've no slept.
Davy McLeod and Eamon Boyle had battled a misfire on the Friday, eventually discovering cracked spark plugs. They were changed, but the problem was still there, the Sunbeam retiring after stage 10. Lindsay Henderson was making a return to rallying after a long break, joined in the hot seat by Sue Hind. The Friday was spent rebuilding the confidence and knocking the rust off, but Saturday they had started to push. They survived a scary moment when the bonnet flew open in Glendaruel, but thankfully David Henderson and Chris Lees were on hand to shut it. 62nd overall was a good result on Lindsay's return. Stuart and Mark Irvin enjoyed the challenge of the Friday night, despite niggling little electrical problems holding the Hyundai back. On the Saturday, they would slip off the road in 9, but were able to restart after being recovered. 75th overall at the finish was their reward.
The Laird of Bishop.
Bob Adamson and Richard Wardle had enjoyed the challenge of the Friday night, experiencing the Rally 2 on wet tarmac for the first time. Saturday was pretty good, apart from a small argument with a chicane, the Fiesta finishing 37th overall. And having missed the Clark due to a bout of food poisoning, John Morrison and Sinclair Young's Fiesta had been treated to a new turbo and some engine work. The car running strongly, and John and Sinclair were getting back into the swing of things. A clean run saw them take a solid 24th overall.